Are you a caster player in desperate need of a new chess piece? Well, I think I got the quest line for you. For this one, we're starting in the Thronefast Village well. We got a lot of running to do, so most of this start is going to be in 2x speed. While we're here, I would also recommend hitting up the bindstone near the village, so that way we can just stuck back once we receive the quest line. Once binded, we're going to make our way back over to the AVP zone and go talk to Elena in the back of the village. Now, in general, this quest is probably a higher level quest, like a level 10, 11, 12 quest, but since there's no requirements on actually wearing the gear, you could be able to buy most of the components you need to finish the quest line, since they're not really rare to high level players, and then oftentimes you can find them for sale on the market. Now that I got the bindstone, I can start heading over to the AVP zone. Now there's not going to be much to say for here, you can just follow my character until you get to the quest line, but I don't really follow the path. You can also just follow the road, and then it'll lead you to AVP eventually as well. Now while I run over, there are a couple things I should mention. The nightbane toad, which is one of the quest items we need to get, is a level 9 mob. So if you're below that level, you might want to do it in a group and just take turns killing it and getting the quest item needed. There's also going to be group mobs that are level 10 or 11, but those are usually the parts where I say you can buy or find them on the market fairly easily. Now, this is where I get off the trail, just because it's faster in general, but if you were to follow the road and go up, you'll eventually meet a crosswalk that's a T-shape or a plus-shaped crosswalk, and just take the first right, and then it'll lead you directly to the bridge across for AVP. Now, zoning into AVP, it was raining, which is kind of a pain, but all I simply did was follow the road all the way to the Demyth village. Once you actually get to the village, if you go to the backside, there's like a set of houses near the back wall, and Elena, which is the person we're accepting the quest from in this case, is in the far left house. Although this quest is probably pretty hard at lower levels, I genuinely think it's worth it. I still use the chess piece on my level 15 or 16 summoner now, and it's been performing extremely well. I haven't even found a replacement yet, and I've done a decent amount of Holnir's Cave or major loot farming as well. For people that like farming rare drops, up top left on our way to the village here, there's a queen bee that spawns during the day, and she drops a pot of honey, and it's 50 HP, 35 mana, kind of like the potions we farmed with the rat whiskers. And then during the night, there's going to be a monk that spawns there. He drops an earring and a set of hand wraps that monks can wear as well. Now that we're approaching the village, what we're going to want to do is end up crossing this bridge, and we're going to want to turn left almost immediately once we walk in. We're going to pass these guards, past the shaman, and then we are going to go straight left. Now that we're here, we can go ahead, accept the quest, and now she's going to want us to go all the way back where we came from and talk to Master Zavi. So the reason I binded there is so you can just use the /stuck command and go back to your original bindstone, since he's in the original shaman area on Thronefast and it's night and day faster. If you didn't do that though, you can run back following the exact same one we took and just make it to the starting shaman area. So while we're on our way there, you can also check for nightbane toad spawns. We're gonna need these just for the quest line, and I know there's a couple of them that spawn around this pond, so you'll probably see me running up and clicking on them, seeing if I can actually find them. Sadly, none of them spawn. They're just the exact same as the large elkhorn, except they're purple, so if you see a purple frog, that's most likely what you need. Well, since nothing spawned, we're just gonna make our way onto the middle complex part of it, and we're gonna go talk to Master Zavi. He's up top left there. And he's going to give you the actual quest section where you need to collect, farm, and loot everything. Quest secured, and now this is what we need. So first up is the Heart of the Nightbane Toad. This is probably the easiest of the items to get for the lower level players. It just looks like this. It's just the same thing as the large elkhorn frogs except purple, and it spawns in a couple locations such as up here near the wizard tower, and where you saw it originally in the shaman area and around the AVP zone as well on the left. The other two items being way harder, we need to make our way over to Hallnir's Cave. Now, I'm going to run us over there, and you have to follow my path pretty accurately, because it's pretty much the only way there without fighting a bunch of mobs that are going to be like level 11, 12, and most likely get you killed. And even once you're there, unless you're like level 10 or 11 in a group, you won't actually be able to farm the things we need. Your best bet though is to see if there's a group there, which there pretty much always is. The servers have been pretty full, so I can never even find a place for my group to farm. But if you manage to get in, you will be able to see a set of bright cap mushrooms that you'll be able to collect, and ratkin blood comes from the drops, so you can maybe try buying it off the group that's there. So once you end up actually collecting all three items, you'll make your way back to Master Zavi, and what'll end up happening is he'll give you a potion, and you'll end up running the potion back to Elena back and forth again, and she'll end up giving you the chest piece at that point. So genuinely the hardest part of the entire quest is finding the ratkin blood and the bright cap mushrooms, which are both in Hallnir's Cave that we're making our way over to now. Like I said, the best option to actually getting these if you're lower level is just buying them. People sell them for really cheap on the market all the time, because they're not really that hard of items to get if you're level 10 or 11. Apart from that, there's not really much else to do in the quest line. Once I get here, I'll actually show you like what the ratkin blood drops from and what the bright cap mushrooms drop from, and that'll be more or less the gist of it. Just remember to run back to Master Zavi, make your way back to Elena, and I hope you enjoy your chess piece. As always, let me know what you guys want to see a tutorial or farming on next.